Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara if you're new to my channel, and this is Reimagine 50 Plus. So today is a special day because I'm going to introduce you to one of my dear friends. Her name is Connie, and she is getting ready to turn 50. So she's joining our club. So I thought it would be fun for her to share her ride or die top 10 beauty items, and she was all on board with this. She said, as a matter of fact, I was just reevaluating some of the things that I've been using, and even though I'm turning 50, I still love them and I don't want to give them up. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Connie. So this is my friend Connie. We have been friends for years. We actually met because we both are Vespa girls.
Yes.
Scooting around town. So it's my pleasure to introduce Connie, and I am excited to hear about your ride or die top 10 products.
Yes, very exciting to share with you guys today.
I thought it was kind of fun because sometimes when we reach a milestone birthday, we think, oh, well, now I have this skin that I have to have special products. But you actually are finding some of your favorites are things you've been using for years.
For years. Some of these things I've used for 10 plus years. So it says a lot about these products.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to hear. So let's start by, well, no particular order. Let's just start talking about some of your favorites. Okay, so what you got?
I have an eyeshadow primer. This stuff is amazing. A lot of eyeshadow primers that I've tried are either really thick or they almost look like a shadow because they have so much pigment in them. This, however, is very sheer and it makes your shadow last all day long. And it's under $6, so you can't beat that.
And who makes this?
It is by Milani, which you can find at any drugstore. Walmart, Target, CVS.
Yeah,
sells
that's
Milani.
great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's funny because I've never tried any of those products. I have a couple of powders and I think a palette, a shadow palette.
They make a lot of good products. Yeah. I could go into a lot of them, but this from Milani is my favorite, and I've used it at least for 10 years. I've tried others. Always go back to this.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Okay, so speaking of eyes, what else you got?
I have the next thing. This one's a little more pricey, but it is worth it. It's a MAC eyeliner, and it is the perfect warm brown shade. I can even do a little color for you right there. This, obviously, you can tell I'm almost out, so I do need to get a new one. This is around $19 that you can get that one for. But I love because it's so hard to find a warm brown. Most of them are very just dark, very like for cold kind of cool colors. This one is a warm shade, and so I have it on today, and it works with almost all eyeshadow colors. So
now, what do you think it makes this? It's creamy, or
it is
well,
it's
or
creamy
all of the above?
Yes, it's creamy. It lasts all day long. I even put it sometimes underneath, and it doesn't smudge. It doesn't, especially on those humid days like we've been having lately. It stays on and in place.
And I don't wear any because of that. So I think I probably am going to have to try that.
Yes, you must try.
Every time I've tried to put liner, I wind up with it all around, not where I put it initially, but where it wants to go.
And by the end of the day, it looks like you've been crying.
Yes, exactly.
Which is not a pretty look.
So MAC on the other end of the spectrum, but again, it looks like you've got a lot of mileage out of it.
Yes, I've had this for over a year.
Oh,
it lasts.
Excellent.
It lasts
wear
for
it
a
all
long
the time.
Wear it all the time.
Excellent.
Yes,
Okay.
it is always
Good
in my
to
makeup
know.
bag. Hey, are we ready for the next?
Yes, we're sticking with eyes, right?
Yes, we are still on eyes. This is an eyebrow powder. I know most people use a pencil to color in their eyebrows or fill them in because, you know, back in the day we plucked them so much that now we have little gaps here and there.
Or let me say that as we age, our eyebrows get sparser and sparser. And that's kind of my situation. It's like, I used to have an eyebrow there. What happened?
Or they turn gray.
Now you're scaring me.
So I stumbled upon this, and this is another product I've been using for at least 10 years now. So I don't use a pencil, I use powder. And this is by NYX or NYX, I don't know exactly. You know what you want to call it.
Drugstore brand.
Another drugstore brand, again, under $6, $7. It comes with a tiny, tiny little spoolie and a little angle brush. Dumped those out and I found, you know, a proper size, not a big long one.
One that you can hold.
One that I can hold and then maneuver, but you can see I use the darker one a lot more, but I do mix it with this one. It comes with this waxy stuff that's supposed to hold them together. I don't use this.
Okay, so even though you don't use the wax, it's staying in place.
I use one of those, a clear brow gel.
Okay.
And those are a dime a dozen. You can use any one. They're all the same
And
thing.
do you use that first or after you apply the powder?
After I apply the powder.
Okay, good to know.
And so I just use my little brush, fill in my little gaps, brush on the clear gel, and I'm good to go.
I wonder if that would work for me. I have like a mole right there that always looks like I have a hole in the middle of my eyebrow.
Yes, it probably would.
So to get a little, okay, I'll have to try that.
The powder is good because it does, I feel the pencils rub off where the powder, think of it as an eyeshadow. It stays on there. So I have just found with my brows, the powder works a lot better for me.
Excellent. Okay, I love it. I love it.
Okay, and the last one, I think for as far as makeup is concerned, this is one of my absolutely favorite things. Whenever I find it at the drugstore, I buy like 3 of them because I'm afraid that they're going to discontinue
So we won't be able to get any because you've bought them all.
I bought them all. So this is by Wet n Wild. Again, drugstore brand. This one is anywhere from 99 cents to $1.79. You know, the famous, you know, you want to have this beautiful brow bone under here, underneath your eyes or your eyebrows. This is the perfect creamy shade. It's called Creme Brule. And it goes right underneath. Again, I have it on today underneath my brow bone. It just makes everything pop, and it's so creamy, and it lasts all day long.
But it's not like a highlighter.
It's not it does not have shimmer. It's a cream. It's a matte. And it does not have shimmer. This is just for every day. And sometimes if I'm just on the go really quick, I will put this all over my eyelid and just slap on some mascara and I'm good to go. On top of my primer.
And what is that product for? Is that what it's for?
It's just an eyeshadow.
It's a shadow.
And I have, that's what I've always used it for the top part.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that again? It's
This is Wet n Wild and Brule.
Brule. Okay, so next we're going to talk about how she takes all this makeup off at night, and you are going to be blown away when you find out what she uses and where she gets it, because you and I have talked about this before, and I could not believe that it's something this simple.
Yes.
So, do tell.
I cannot live without this. It's probably one of my favorite things ever, and I discovered it about 10 years ago, and it is an all-in-one facial cleanser. It has a toner, an exfoliant. It is dermatologist created, fragrance free. I have sensitive skin, so there's certain things that I have tried before and I get red or I'll break out. This is magic in a bottle, I'm telling you. And here's the best part. It is from Trader Joe's. It's so awesome.
Not only do they have every nut in the world,
I always go back to this.
Wow.
And I have this, I have been using this forever.
Now, is there any scent?
No scent.
Oh,
fragrance free.
There you go.
So it's really good for sensitive skin. Really good for that. It will not break you out.
Excellent.
At all. So
and just a little goes a long way, clearly.
Little goes a long way. This will last me 6 months or more.
Wow.
And I use it obviously every day unless I'm not wearing makeup. So if you don't have a Trader Joe's, I'm really sorry. Call them and have them do online. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Or just have them set up on Trader Joe in your neighborhood.
Yes, or do that too.
Because we love Trader Joe.
Yes,
and
we do.
I would have never thought to try that from a Trader Joe.
Yep.
I always thought, food. But that's good to know.
It's great.
Excellent.
It's amazing. The next thing for face is from Clinique. Speaking of Clinique.
So we have not abandoned them completely.
We have not abandoned them because they do make great products for your face.
Yes.
This, which I've used off and on throughout my adult life, it's an Acne Solution. It is, again, this was magic in a bottle, and so is this. A lot of acne gel solutions that you buy, I have found they are really drying to the skin, and it'll take 4 to 5 days to get rid of that little blemish. This, if something flares up, which we have been getting here and here because of wearing masks all the
Masky,
time.
they're calling it.
Yes.
Masky.
Masky. This, I put it on 2 days tops. The redness goes away.
Wow.
And whatever it is that this is made out of that isn't in other, Acne Solution products does not dry out my skin. And my skin dries out very easily because, again, it's sensitive. So any foreign product on there is really going to... It does seem like a tiny little bottle, but you literally use a tiny, tiny little drop. And, of course, you're not using it daily because, unless, you have, an ongoing issue with blemishes.
Now, is this their regular size or is this a sample size?
This is a travel size.
Okay.
Travel size. They do make a bigger one, but...
Because it does say clinical cleansing gel. So I'm wondering if you go to the counter and you're asking for this, what to ask for.
Yes.
So you would not ask for an acne treatment because they're calling it a clinical cleansing gel.
Yes. Well, Acne Solutions
Cleansing gel.
Cleansing gel.
But that sample size is really all you would need.
This is all you need.
Or travel size, I suppose.
Yes. And again, if you need to travel,
if you get to travel,
you can plop it in your purse and you're not carrying this big old, overbearing bottle of stuff. And this, again, will last you forever because, again, my husband and I will get one here and he asks for it. He goes, can I have some of your magic stuff to put on this little blemish I got? So
that's,
so Minnie's it too.
In the emergency bag, for
yes,
sure.
definitely.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
The next thing we have is something that I use in the evening, but I do carry it in my purse as well. And it is a lip balm. And it's by Kiehls.
Kiehls? I don't know how you say that.
I don't either.
Let us know. If it's a long I or a long E.
Yeah. But anyways, everyone's familiar with them.
Right.
I got this. The reason that I know about this is because I got it as a Christmas gift one year from a friend. And it's the mint flavor. I have not tried any of their other ones. They have just a basic, no scent flavor. And then they have a cranberry one. The mint one you can only get during Christmas time. Yeah. So, but I will tell you, this little guy is $10 and it will last you for 5 years. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. We like that. Yeah. And it smells, I've had you sample this before, haven't I?
Yes. It smells.
It smells like Christmas, but
Christmas mint.
It does, but use
not
it.
overwhelming.
Not overwhelming. It's not greasy. It's the perfect balm. It's the perfect lip balm.
It's almost like a candy lozenge.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet mint.
Yeah, but not like medicine-y.
No.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
What I like to use this for is right before I go to bed, we put our lotion on and then I slather this all over my lips. And as I sleep, it's like a blanket for my mouth, my lips. And I wake up with nice lips.
Kissable lips.
But yes, I said this, I only found out about it because it was a gift. So I kind of feel like it's my secret.
I wonder if Sephora carries those all the time.
They carry the original.
So cranberry and mint, we have to wait until the holidays.
Yeah, you have to wait for the holidays. And it comes in a pack. So you can get the pack and save the mint for yourself and give the cranberry to a friend.
There you go. And there's no tint.
No
they're
tint.
All clear.
They're all clear.
That's nice. You could even use it over a lipstick.
And it's not greasy. I mean, it's already like rubbed into my skin. It's amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. I like these better than those like thick chapsticky things. Yeah.
Definitely a ride or die item.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Okay, the next thing is a hairspray.
Oh.
I know.
Who knew?
Who knew a hairspray would be so fabulous?
Yeah.
And again, I buy the travel size because I don't use hairspray other than just on my like bangs right here to kind of keep them in place. But what I like about this, it's by TreSomme, $1.99 at Target for this little travel size. So because I don't use it a lot, this does last me. And it holds like a great hairspray, but you know how some of those hairsprays at the end of the day, if you're touching it a lot, it kind of gets white and flaky, or you see like the dry patches that it leaves. This does not do that. Okay. And that's why I like it's non-aerosol, so it is, just
a little spritz.
That's all, and it smells really good. very
very
clean.
light.
Yes, very light and clean. And again, I like it because it's a very light hold, but it holds for what I need, and it's not sticky. You can run through. You wouldn't even know that I had hairspray on, and that's what I like in a hairspray is to not look like you're wearing hairspray.
Right.
You can move your hair around, and it's not like a helmet.
Yeah.
No, but yours looks good.
I'm in bad need of a trim, so I may need a lot of this today.
You know what? You can have this.
All right.
That's my gift.
I'll just save that for me.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Now, this is something that I was curious about because actually my husband decided that I had too many of these, and he came out of the bathroom and said, "Do you realize you have over 50 of these brushes?" And I thought, that's because I haven't found the perfect one.
Yes.
So let's hear about the perfect one.
The perfect one. So this is a foundation brush with, regardless of what foundation you have, this It Cosmetics foundation brush. It is their Air brush. I'm going to look at my note to make sure I say it right.
Really nice.
It Cosmetics foundation brush number 102. It's Airbrush Smoothing Foundation. And I will tell
it's
you,
small. It's not some big wonkin' thing.
Exactly. I use this for exactly what it says because I wanted something for during the day. I don't want to have a bunch of makeup on. I just want a light dusting of makeup just to cover up,
But do you use this for powder or liquid?
Liquid.
Oh.
I use this for liquid. I don't use it for powder.
Okay.
And I put a little bit on here and I literally buff it into my skin and it gives exactly what it says, an airbrushed finish. Now, of course, if you want more coverage, you can do a second layer and it'll build up. But this brush is for that light coverage that you want. So if you're looking for heavy coverage, it's not the brush for you.
Right.
But if you want a pretty just
you
light
need one
coverage,
of those spackling styles.
Pretty much, yeah. But this, isn't that so soft?
It's very nice.
Oh my goodness. It's like velvet on your face.
It's so soft that I thought maybe you didn't use it for liquid, but now I can see that.
Yes. And this
fabulous.
retails, I think, for around $24. Again, for a good foundation brush. It Cosmetics, everyone knows It Cosmetics. They have great, great brushes, especially if you clean them often.
Yes, and speaking of that, I was just going to say, I think what I'm going to do soon is talk about how to clean brushes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Properly, because when you spend $24 on a brush, which is not, it's not $50, but still, that's not a $2.99 brush. You want it to last a long time. So I think it is important that you clean them, and you don't have to clean them every single week, but a periodic, every few weeks is important.
I clean mine every couple of weeks.
Yeah,
especially if you're using it daily, which I do, unless, again, if I'm going out at night and I want a heavier coverage, I don't use this one.
Excellent. Yes. I love it.
Yes.
I might have to add that to my collection of brushes.
I know you have a list going now, a little shopping list.
Yes.
Okay.
What you got for us?
The next thing is deodorant.
I love a good deodorant, and they're hard to find.
They are.
If you're trying to go natural.
Yes. So this is a natural deodorant, okay?
And we're going to talk about that, what that means, trying to go. You don't just suddenly switch.
No.
Got to talk about that.
Definitely a process. So the one I use is from Schmidt's. That's how you say it. Schmidt's.
Yes, I have seen that.
Okay. Target is where I find it.
Yep, that's where I saw it.
And I did, when I did the switch, which we'll talk about, it did take me a couple different brands before I found the right one, because it's a very complicated thing, natural deodorants, because our chemistries are just different, our body chemistries. So this one, this one happens to work for me. And I am so happy that I switched to natural deodorant. I did about 2.5 years ago. And this one happens to be violet and powder. It literally smells like baby powder.
Very nice.
Very nice. It's very light.
Very pleasant.
Very pleasant.
No aluminum. And so when we're talking about natural, that is the number one big thing to eliminate.
Yes.
Is the aluminum that is in. And I will just say this, that it is very interesting for me, because many of you know that I'm a breast cancer survivor, that my tumors, I had 2 in each breast, my tumors were located right next to my armpits. And so that was very interesting, in identical spots on each side.
Yeah.
So I think there is some sort of a relationship.
A little bit of correlation there, that, definitely. And that was one of the big reasons why I switched, because, getting older, you just start thinking about things a little deeper and like, I might want to change.
And as your chemistry changes, I
Yes.
think that's the time to make the switch. So tell us what the process is, because in case you're looking to do this, you need to kind of go into it with a clear head.
Yes, I would definitely say do your research. I watched a few YouTube videos on women that had done it. So I kind of, had I just gone in blindly and said, oh, I'm just going to switch to natural, you can't just do that. Like, you basically, your underarms need to detox.
Right.
So it goes through a process, and without giving too much away, you do stink for a couple of weeks, because what the aluminum does, and the antiperspirants and traditional deodorants, it's clogging all those pores.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff, our bodies are made to sweat
Mm-hmm.
and get those toxins and the stuff out. And
Mm-hmm.
so what deodorants, other traditional deodorants do, is they prevent you from sweating.
Right. There's your antiperspirant.
Exactly.
Antiperspire.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you think about it, where's all that sweat going? It's
Right.
staying and it's clogging in your pores, and you can't go in your skin and dig it out.
Right.
No matter how much you brush or clean under there with soap
Right.
and water, it's not going to come out. So when you switch to natural, it takes a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
for it to kind of, your body to get used to something different, because you're using something completely natural. I will say though, with this, which we've talked about, you do perspire a little bit more using this. So you just have to be aware of that. And if you're okay with that,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I'm okay with it. You do not smell.
Right.
I do not smell
Right.
at all.
Well, you smell good.
Thank you.
You don't smell bad.
I don't smell bad. But what's amazing, and because that was my biggest fear, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to switch to natural deodorant and then I'm just going to be stinky all the time.
Right.
Not the
No.
case. Not the case.
And I think it also helps if you think about seasonally when you want to make the switch. You might not want to make the switch in the hottest time of year.
I did in the summertime.
Well, got it out faster.
Don't do that.
Right. So maybe fall or winter is a
Yeah.
good time to make the switch.
Exactly.
I did this also a few years ago. And for me, it took several different products before I was able to find the one.
And you use a different one than me.
I do. I use the Native, which is right under the shelf where this one is at Target. So this one is a little less expensive.
I think this one's $6.99, something like that. Still, again, I know traditional deodorants, you can buy 2 of them in that little bundle for $4, and it's very inviting when we're trying to save money, but this is your health you're talking about.
Right.
And if there is a possible correlation to the breast cancer, switch to natural deodorant.
Right. Because all of your lymph nodes and everything is right around in here. So I think it's a super important. And I know we were talking about your Ride or Die top 10 cosmetics, but this, I think, probably should be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Because it is really important. And again, it's something we use daily. We might not even put the makeup on daily, but we're using this usually daily.
Daily.
So I'm glad you included that.
Yes.
I
So
think that's important.
that was it.
I love it.
I love it. Okay, so what we were also wondering is if anybody has any of their favorite beauty products. Could be makeup, it can be skincare, anything that you have used for many, many years and will always faithfully use it. Drop a comment and let us know so that we can also share some of your ideas too.
I love it. I love it. Okay, thanks for joining us this week. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We try to put something out. Well, I try to put something out. Although I'm thinking this one's going to have to join me again.
I would love to.
Yes. So we'll see you next week, or I'll see you next week. And I hope you have a good week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.